One of the things that we did a lot together as a family was hiking. We hiked a lot in the Olympic Mountains and the Hoh rainforest. One of the things I really enjoyed was hiking along the wilderness beaches, because you can go along and there's nobody out there, and you got this entire beach to yourself, all this driftwood. Tor and I would make bonfires. We would make these huge fires, and at night, every night we had to build a bigger fire than we built before, and built ones with blast furnaces underneath to get the fire, and really enjoyed going up there. One of the places we went was to up into the Olympic Mountains, into a valley, Grand Lake. Hike all the way in here. You have the whole lake to yourself. And what was really fun was that the shale rocks went right down to the shore of the lake, and so you get these rocks that were about 6 to 8 inches in diameter and about a quarter inch thick, and you go skip those things across the water. And it was, before, if you had the regular river rock, flat rock, you can maybe get 6, 8 skips or something like that. These you get 30, 40, 50 skips. When Uli was with us, we took a tour around. We went down to California, did Disneyland. We went up and did Grand Canyon. I'd never been to Grand Canyon before, but we did Grand Canyon, and Dad just couldn't sit on the edge and just look in like everybody else does. No, we had to hike into Grand Canyon, and so we went down. It was actually not the main trail. It was a kind of a back trail. Went down into the mountain, and we started at way early in the morning because we beat the heat of the day. We started like 3 or 4 in the morning, and as we're hiking in, the sun is coming over the top. It's really dramatic lighting and really neat scenery. And we hiked all the way in. It was like Indian Gardens. Is where we had a reservation to stay the night, and we got there, and there was all these people laying all over the place, laying on the picnic tables, laying. It was like, where are we going to put our tent? And we realized, well, these are all the day hikers that hiked in and didn't want to hike out in the heat, so they're all sleeping until it got cooler, and then they were leaving. So we set up a tent next to some passed out body and waited for them to get up and get out of our tent spot. In the morning, we once again started really early, and Uli and I basically raced out. And our goal was to get out of the canyon, from the bottom, or at least the Indian Garden is not quite all the way on the bottom, but it's pretty close. And our challenge was to get out within 2 hours. And I got out in like 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 50 seconds or something like that. So we were pretty proud of it. And our goal was that we would go get some ice cream when we got out of there. But we all got out, and we're going to get ice cream, and the place has been closed and won't be open for another month or something like that. So we got kind of cheated, but boy, we got out of there in 2 hours.
And your dad was a good hiker. He could keep up.
He was quite a hiker. He was too smart to try to do it in 2 hours. I think he was trying to keep Mom company anyway. But he was a good hiker, and I suspect there were some tricks he did to be such a good hiker. There was one time I got back out, and I'm unloading my backpack, and I find a bunch of rocks in the bottom of my backpack. And apparently Dad, it wasn't a whole lot of them, but it was rocks in my backpack, and they weren't my rocks, and apparently they were Dad's rocks, and he wanted to keep them. So he loaded me up.